Somebody poke Jason.
I love
make
it.
sure he's alive.
We're awake. We up now. Welcome to Hour 3 of Good Morning Football Weekend, presented by Bass Pro Shops. D'Angelo Hall, Michael Robinson,
with Hatton,
along with the Mike Garofalo.
We had a moment there when you fell into my arms.
It was beautiful.
Thank you for being there for me, brother.
I'm MJ Acosta, guys.
There you go.
It's been a morning. I feel like with that song, you got to make the stank face, like something,
Yeah, like
it don't smell right, but it feels good. Okay, we get things started with the NFC West standings. It's a big weekend in the division with the Rams hosting the 49ers. San Francisco is the only undefeated team in the NFC. They're one game up on the Seahawks in the loss column, while LA is in third at 3-2. Here's Rams head coach Sean McVay on his team's mindset facing Jimmy G and the Niners.
We've talked about it over and over again, and I know that a lot of the teams in the league say this, but other than points, there's no really, no greater indicator of wins and losses just over the course of time than, taking care of the football offensively and getting it back defensively. So that's something that we definitely want to make a point of emphasis, as does every team in the league, I'm sure. But I think it's got to be a commitment. It's got to be something that we're constantly preaching, and I think that I know we have the guys that are capable of doing it at a higher level, and we can certainly coach it, and that's where it starts with us and with me, and then, the players being able to get it done.
Sean McVay, the soundbite machine. All right, D-Hall, what do the Niners need to do against the Rams to remain undefeated?
I mean, the Niners have to impose their will as they've done time and time again to other teams. It's just, can they do it to this Rams football team? They have to run the football, that is, the 49ers. And I just, I wrestle with it because every time I watch the Rams play, they just don't look like the same team they were last year. Last year, they were so aggressive at the point of attack, especially on defense. They didn't have a lot of big names, but you had Sue up there in that front, Aaron Donald, obviously, and they made plays. I felt like obviously they did a little bit of freelancing stuff, and I knew that they would lock in when when the crunch time came in the playoffs. And so, to me, this team, I don't know if they're tough enough to hang with the 49ers when you talk about their run game. And I know these two coaches. I know they know each other very well. Sean knows that he has to get his guys ready because Kyle is going to try to run the football. Even though they're going to try to stack the box, it doesn't matter. He knows his offense works when they can run the football. And I think the 49ers will run the football successfully because, like I said, the Rams just have looked soft this year.
Yeah, that 49er run game, man, they're getting after it.
It's out of control.
Man. They're getting after it. The double teams in the gap scheme, when they run their zone, when they run their outside zone, the backs are making great decisions. And the reason why that they're able to do that is because defensively they're stopping teams as well. They're stopping the run game. But to me, I see the biggest improvement with this San Francisco 49ers team is in pass defense. I mean, Richard Sherman, 6 passes defended to go along with 2 interceptions already this season. Last year, this team only had 7 takeaways. The entire year. They already have 11 this year, and I think a lot of it stems from their communicating better on the back end, D-Hall. You know exactly what I'm talking about, being able to be kind of in tune with your linebackers. I think Quan Alexander has been a great addition. You hear him chirping. I talked to some guys in the locker room. They say, dude, before every play, that's all we hear is this guy talking and communicating. And when everybody is on the same page, when your front end is on the same page with your back end, when your back end knows when you're going to blitz, knows what guy's going to be free, knows probably where the quarterback is going to go with this hot read, it makes it so much easier to play pass defense on the back end. This defense has only given up 10 explosive plays through 5 games. That's only about 2 explosive plays per game. If they can continue this rate up, only just giving up 2 of those explosive passes a game, who's going to beat them? They're running the football. They're not allowing explosive plays in the pass game. Who's going to beat them in the NFC?
But
I'm going to take it back to the run game for a reason and why it's been so dominant. And a couple of pros and cons here. They're able to run so well because the run blocking has been seamless. It's been great. But that did take a little hit this week because Kyle Juszczyk, their fullback,
Fullback love.
He got in. So he's out 4 to 6 weeks. And he arguably, and you can ask anybody there, Kyle Shanahan, is one of the most impactful players on that offense. The way that he blocks, his dynamics, what he can do on the field is huge. Now, they're not worried about it. They say the tight ends are going to set up, the wide receivers are going to continue to do well in run blocking as well. So if they can keep that going and continue to set up these lanes, these like 3 highway lanes for guys like Matt Breida and Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman, who's back healthy, they're going to be just
a big
fine.
reason why the fullback in that offense is so important. Not just because of the run blocking, but he catches catches the ball out of the backfield. He can line up outside and run routes. And from a defensive standpoint, what do you put on the field? Do you put base?
Well,
you'll have a linebacker. You put nickel if they're going to run the football.
He does stuff no one else can do.
No.
Your fullback's down, your left tackle's down, now your right tackle's down as well. Mike McGlinchey out 4 to 6 weeks. They're really testing the depth to see how well they can run the ball. Speaking of running ball, back to that Rams running game that you mentioned there. No Todd Gurley. They listed him as doubtful. So breaking news, doubtful. He's not playing, okay? So it'll be Malcolm Brown. But also Darrell Henderson, the rookie third-round pick, has 1 carry on the season to this point. That is going to change. He is going to be a part. And Sean McVay alluded to this week, so not exactly breaking news here either. But I would say maybe around 10 touches for him. So for your fantasy purposes, we used to have a fantasy bill here, but we kept forgetting to hit it, so we took it away. Look for Malcolm Brown to be the lead dog here, but also look for Darrell Henderson to get some action here for the first time.
That Rams offensive line is not right, man. Watch them on tape. There's there's quick penetration. They're just not the same. And I'm not sure if Jared Goff, even though I know his salary says he is, but I'm not sure if he's the guy that's going to drop back 50 times and just beat you with his arm. They need that run game.
I think what's going to be so fun is that both of these coaches are going to have to get real creative and figure out how to make it pop. And so we're excited about that. But how successful will Jared Goff be going in against the Niners' second-ranked defense? Since Week 12 of last season, Goff has the 3rd worst passer rating in the league. That's in front of only Josh Rosen and Josh Allen.
Don't say nothing about Josh Allen. Buffalo.